dogs fighting terror, senior citizens involved in sports, and big companies who continue to expand despite the security situation. Let's begin with this week's Israeli Salad. Shalom and welcome to Israeli Salad. Let's begin with the latest contribution to the security of Israeli citizens. Mark Kaplan brings us Puppies for Peace.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
The Jewish agency and the Egged Bus Company have become partners in a program that uses bomb-sniffing dogs to assist in providing security.
Well, we have now 70 dogs in Israel who are working in different stages now, in different section of training. Out of them, most of them are deployed already and operational, and some are in the process of training. They are working in Jerusalem, they're working in other parts of the country, and the police ask us to add more teams in different other parts of the country. And it takes about 4 to 6 months to train a team and to put them in the streets.
Pups for Peace was formed in 2002. It was the brainchild of Los Angeles resident Professor Glenn Yago.
As we were sitting around the table back in Los Angeles on the night of Passover and heard about the terrible attack at the Park Hotel. At the same time, we were reading the account that's in the Haggadah that no dog barked on the night of Passover, and the Jews were able to leave Egypt. So it brought up a discussion around our dinner table about why there weren't any explosive dogs in Israel. Of course, we were wrong. There are explosive dogs that are deployed in the army and in the police, but there hadn't been any focused deployment in the civilian sector.
We couldn't understand why dogs are not being deployed in the civilian, in the public transportation security, and in supermarket and discotheque and so forth. And we thought it's a good idea to bring dogs to defend the people of Israel.
Dogs demonstrated their talents recently at the Ramat Rachel Hotel before an audience from the United Jewish Communities.
And he's indicated that he's found something. Regards. And what did he find in here? He found a gun.
It was through the UJC that the Jewish agency raised $500,000 for the program.
Lots of kids raising money from their bar mitzvahs, a lot of $18 checks and $1,800 checks, and that's really what's kept the program going.
In the short period of time that Pups for Peace has been in operation, the program has proven to be successful.
There have been hundreds of successes in detecting explosives. There were here at Cafe Kafit, and also at the terrible incident fairly recently at over on French Hill.
The continued success of Pups for Peace depends on the future monetary support for the program.
I hope we'll have soon fulfill the goal of Pups for Peace to bring 1,000 dogs to Israel.
From Ramat Rachel, this is Mark Kaplan reporting for Israeli Salad.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
When we return, senior citizens prove that they too can run.
Be sure to visit the Israeli Salad website. On the Israeli Salad site, scroll through all the editions, see what topics were presented on each program, and simply click on the icon to watch your favorite program. Also, watch all our fantastic music videos featured right here on Israeli Salad. So be sure to click on www.israelnationaltv.com/salad.htm. That's www.israelnationaltv.com/salad.htm.
Where did I see an ultra-Orthodox rabbi fire a pistol, causing 20 senior citizens to start running? The answer to this in the next report.
salad65.
One of the competitors in a Jerusalem race was Bruno Fish. Bruno is 92 years young.
I'm used to this. I started training when I was 7 years old, so it's not something special for me.
Bruno competed in one of the races that were part of the first annual Jerusalem Senior Citizens Olympics. The games, which were titled Sport, Health, and Quality of Life, were organized by the Municipality of Jerusalem, the Ministry of Education and Sports, and the American Jewish Joint Distribution Committee, JDC.
So from the age of 60, everybody who wants to compete in certain areas can come here and compete.
Well, it's really great, you know, getting the guys that are over 60, you know, and to prove to everybody that, you know, you can do it. Keep in shape, take care of yourself.
I think that everybody should make some sort of sport and not think about their age.
There aren't so many who stay around for so long, so if they're around and with so much energy, that's very special.
Many of the senior athletes who competed in the Jerusalem Games have a lot of experience from their early years. Some even find the games too easy.
It's all about day-to-day work. Training, and more training.
I once did this distance in 45 minutes, but I'm already a big child, 69 years old, so I'm satisfied with the result of 57 minutes.
Coming here and running here on the Jerusalem Hill, 10K, well, a joke, a slight joke.
When Bruno Fish finally approached the line, he was still very positive. Bruno, by the way, has a collection of around 800 medals that he won throughout the years.
It wasn't easy, but it's okay. I'm used to it. I know how to divide my energy in order to succeed.
Even Avraham Ozeri, who arrived last to the finish line, was proud of his achievement. After all, he too won a trophy since he was the only runner in his category of age 80 to 90.
With all the limitations that develop as you get older, running 5 kilometers is an achievement. Running 10 kilometers is a great achievement.
I think the main issue is that taking part, not only winning. I think this is the main idea.
And the Jerusalem atmosphere? Well, that was absolutely the cherry on top.
I love Jerusalem. It's very special for me. It's a beautiful scenery, beautiful atmosphere. It's the capital of Israel, and I'm very, very proud of it.
In the streets, there were kids who were touring the Knesset and a group of Japanese tourists. They all cheered and even bowed in respect when I passed by. There are some competitors here who, when they first ran 10 kilometers, they would have to exit the city because it used to be much smaller.
My first race was in 1951 in the Jerusalem University. Since then, I've run this course around 55 times.
Before leaving, I had to get an answer to one last question. How could I, when I, God willing, reach the age of 60, take part in the Senior Olympics?
You watch your diet, you exercise every day, run almost every day, try and get as much sleep as you can.
You know, it's a matter of genetics, what you inherited from your parents.
I think the more sport you make, the healthier you are, and the more you enjoy life.
I don't plan too much. I live from day to day, and that's a healthy way to live. Every day I wake up and thank God I'm okay. There's someone above who decided I'll be like I am.
Mister, you helped him decide.
He played knick-knack on my gate with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. Well, this old man, he played 9. He played knick-knack on my line with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. And this old man, he played 10. He played knick-knack over again with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
Please send your comments, ideas, and questions to the Israeli Salad email, yoni@israelnn.com. or leave a message on the Israeli Salad voicemail at international dialing code 972-3918-5554. That's 972-3918-5554.
The southern city of Sderot has been the target of many Qassam rocket attacks. In spite of the difficulties, many companies in the area decided not to give in to terrorism. Tennis Samuel and Gilad Levy bring us this report.
For the employees of the food factory in the southern city of Sderot, going peacefully to work each morning is something that cannot be taken for granted.
There are Qassam rocket attacks on a daily basis, and that affects our work here.
The moment a Qassam rocket falls in our area, most of the employees stop working immediately and they run to contact their family members. The implication of this for us is interference with the factory's production line.
According to the Manufacturers Association of Israel, the Qassam attacks that occurred throughout the past year have caused an estimated damage of around 10 million shekels to factories and companies in the Sderot area. So how would you react if your place of work was in the front line?
I must say that our 300 plus employees in this factory have been tremendous, have accepted the situation with a smile, are working. We believe that the IDF is doing its maximum to prevent this. As a matter of fact, the rocket attacks are dwindling down, and I hope they will stop now.
The latest IDF operations in Gaza, which succeeded in decreasing the number of Qassam rocket attacks, encouraged Dan Proper to actually expand his Sderot factory.
We are concentrating on developing the plant. We are, as a matter of fact, showing our trust in this plant by investing in a new department here, a new snack department here. We will soon be employing 320 people here, coming up from 300.
Sderot is a city that is also known for its serious unemployment problems. And so, the expansion of the Osem factory is not only seen as a response to terror, but is also seen as filling a serious need in the community.
And now our weekly insight. Today we'll be discussing Parshat Toldot. In the Parsha we see the story of Esav and Yaakov, the two sons of our forefather Yitzchak. It says that Esav was the man of the field and Yaakov dwelled in tents. Shalom to Rabbi Samson in Jerusalem.
Shalom Yoni, shalom to all of our viewers.
We see in the Parsha a whole story about the two sons and which one deserves which blessing from their father. At the end, after their mother Rivka interferes, Yaakov receives the more significant blessing. This blessing is for him and his descendants, the people of Israel. So, what was our forefather Yitzchak thinking? Why did he have doubts about which son deserved which blessing?
Rabbi Kook used to talk about this, that Yitzchak saw Esau as a man of the field, a person who was able to yield the proper mastery of this world, and that it was Esau's job to be a man of this world. And he saw Jacob as a man of the next world, a person who is secluded, studying the Torah, and not someone who is involved in the mundane matters of existence. Isaac wanted to bless Esau because of this tendency that he was able to deal with mundane matters in this world. The end of the story is very interesting, and we see that after Jacob, who Isaac didn't really see as a man of the field, spends the next 22 years of his life in the field raising sheep. And then he also was able to acquire this trait of being able to endeavor in this world. And after that, Yaakov is the one who is chosen by God to lead mankind in the worship of God, with all of the material and the spiritual aspects of this world forged together.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Samson.
The Weekly Insight is brought to you in cooperation with Machon Meir, the largest Zionist institute in Israel, bringing people closer to Judaism.
That's all for this week. Be sure to join us again next week for another program. Until then, from all of us here at Israel National TV, Shalom.
Hey!